in the upper right. Starting location, he's beginning a comeback. Can he keep the ball rolling? He is.
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
Huge cheer of support here for Soulkey. That entire side over there was rooting for him. So we'll see if he can come back now. His opponent in the upper left with a massive lead. Will this be the game he closes it out? He is.
STX Soul INnoVation.
How crazy would it be for Soulkey to bring this to Game 7 now?
That would be pretty cool, man. I got my fingers crossed. I'd love to cast that game number 7. By the way, guys, get out there and spread the word. Hashtag GSL on Twitter.
Yep.
Tell your friends to tune in. This is a big moment here in StarCraft 2 history.
And we know a ton of people are watching. I hope that you have not turned off the TV because there's still a chance for Soulkey, as we saw there.
All right, guys from the University of Michigan.
Sick City.
Nice.
Is that a Zerg heart?
Well, I think it's a heart of the swarm heart. So it must be the heart of the swarm.
Well,
why are drawn hearts shaped like that anyways? There has to be some reason for that, you know?
Because that's the way they're shaped.
Is that the way they look like?
That's what hearts look like?
Okay. My bad.
Yeah. I actually don't know. That's a really good question.
I was just thinking that when I saw that.
That's actually a brilliant question.
Why are they shaped like that? Like, what is there some historical meaning for that's what they thought the heart looked like?
I don't think so, because people saw hearts before they tried to draw them. I would say that it at least there's some significance with that shape, because otherwise a heart just kind of looks like a fist. You know, it's just like this kind of ovalish, eggish, lumpy thing.
Yeah.
And how are you going to draw that? You're going to draw that on a card and like give it to your girl? I don't think so, Tasteless.
Might as well just draw a series of any other organ there too, because it's just as
like
weird.
that's a picture of my liver.
Yeah, these are my kidneys. No stones.
Yeah.
All right, so we have INnoVation now coming in here and scouting and seeing the starting location here of his opponent. His opponent in the upper right. INnoVation gonna just have a little bit of a smile on his face, knowing that he's a little bit closer. Better that they're both sharing the top than INnoVation in the upper left and Soulkey in the bottom right.
Yep. And INnoVation saw exactly the speed of the gas there by clicking on it. So he knows what's going on as far as that goes. And as you can see, going right into that factory, just as he should. It's going to keep him a lot safer, just in case there's some sort of all-in planned on the way.
Yeah. I feel like all INnoVation has to do in this game, unless Soulkey does something really different, is basically open up the dashboard and tweak a few things in his strats.
Yeah.
To have a little bit more defense planned in there, and he should be fine, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that, Tasteless. If INnoVation is really on top of things and figures out if he needs like a siege tank or extra bunkers, because so far, how have we seen him die? The last loss he had in a somewhat macro game was actually against Soulkey a few weeks ago in Pro League. Other than that, his 2 losses to Symbol and his 1 loss to Soulkey were all in.
Yeah, we don't see INnoVation losing in like
macro
drawn-out macro games.
He does not lose in macro games to Zerg.
It seems that he just has to get to this, well, I guess I'd say like past the 12-minute marker.
Something like that. If he's taken no economical damage around then,
yeah,
I think you're right. It's somewhere in that vicinity. Where he's like, oh, I won, ha, awesome. And then he just makes sure he hits all his depots and rallies.
Yeah, exactly.
Micros his Marines. All right, Roach Warren on the way. Now, this Roach Warren's probably frontal, and INnoVation generally makes 6 Hellions, so, you know, you don't necessarily need Roaches against that.
Yeah, you can usually zone them out just fine with the Queens and even using a few Lings.
Yeah, that's generally what we'll see a lot of Zergs do against smaller numbers of Hellions, so I feel like he's going to use the Roaches for an attack eventually here. I don't think it's just going to be like 4.
And he did not get to see that 3rd command center here.
No, he did not.
So he's still going to be in the dark.
Yeah.
Not clear if he should all in or not.
Because he didn't see the 2nd cast either, so... I mean, this could be, as far as he knows, a Hellbat drop of some sort.
All right, parking this Baneling's nest up here. So this game should look a lot like the last game we had, or like the game on Whirlwind. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might look a little bit like that Whirlwind game. You know, he's getting that Baneling nest. He's making a lot of lings and roaches right now. I think he's going to get hyper aggressive in a moment.
All right, the Hellions.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
That's 20 more lings in production, Tasteless.
All right, now this actually could once again run over INnoVation. INnoVation's not going to be happy if he loses 2 games in a row to something like this.
Yeah. Now this one is a bit more all in. He doesn't have as many drones. He doesn't have the tech. He doesn't have Baneling speed or 1-1.
See what he can get done. Try to do some damage to the front, but Soulkey very good. Keeps those lings in the back.
Yeah. Keeps his Marauders back. He is making 1 Marauder at a time. Very important. Won't have stim for the beginning of this battle, but may have it if it goes on for a prolonged amount of time.
All right, he's got the SCVs over here. I like the Marauder in the bunker. That way, when the Banelings come out, they can all end up tanking on that Marauder.
That's true.
That's a big loss.
And it has more range as well. Pretty helpful. Here we go, Tasteless. Those Banelings coming up. Some nice splash damage being dealt by these Hellions, and
oh my God.
He almost just killed a lot of SCVs there, at least dealt a lot of damage.
He's actually targeting down a bunker that has nothing in it.
He's dealing a lot of damage though, Tasteless. The Marines all gone at this point, and now it's Hellions and a Marauder on top of the ramp.
2 Widow Mines coming in here to help defend. He may have to pick up the CC over there. A little bit of a mistake there with the Widow Mines.
Yeah, moves him down so he can finish that wall in. And a nice bait there, getting that Widow Mine to come up in. Here he goes, up the ramp. There is a bunker here. He's got to be careful about that.
He finally manages to take out that depot, running away from the bunker. But is he isolating his army over here, or is this a good idea? The Banelings still haven't been able to kill the SCVs just yet.
And it looks like those Banelings going to be targeted down, so the SCV is going to continue to live. Can he actually end up holding on here? The supply is so low for INnoVation at this point, Tasteless. I feel like Soulkey's done enough damage, and so does he. He's making drones behind this.
Yeah, he's continuing to just drone up, and you know, INnoVation, incredibly crippling damage he's suffered here.
Yeah. He's down to something like 16 SCVs against 70 drones. This is vastly in his opponent's favor. Soulkey in great shape.
Yeah, now I think from here Soulkey could play a standard game. Look at that. Getting the evolution chambers, getting that additional macro hatch, checking up here to the lair. He looks fantastic.
Yeah, he is in perfect shape right now, Tasteless. What do you do as INnoVation from here? He's got 1-1 in stim. What else has he got to work with? He's got 3 command centers. Sure, he can repopulate his SCVs, but by the time he has them up to a reasonable number, Soulkey is going to easily have a 4th base if he wants, or be, closing in on maxed out. I mean, this is as bad as you can get.
Yeah, he's just in a lot of trouble. I don't think there really is something that you're supposed to do here. I think you could just try to macro up and hope that his macro, his econ game is so far superior to Soulkey's that this big blow that he took early on doesn't matter, but I think that's a pretty poor bet.
I think he's going to focus on draw harassment, see if he can get something done against a Roach-type player here. But it looks like we're going to have a 1-1 Roach speed Roach speed bane timing here.
Now, see, I don't know if I agree with this, but we'll see. He could get in there and do a lot of damage, but if this doesn't work, this game normalizes.
If you look at the supply, he's got over twice the supply right now. I feel like this is maybe like, if you hold this when you're even, it's a good hold, right? Now, if you hold this when you're that far behind, well, you don't. I think that's what he's banking on. He's saying there is no possibility of INnoVation
saying math is on my side.
Yeah, exactly.
And that no matter what happens here, I should, by all measure, swamp my opponent and take him out.
Yeah, and I think he's actually right in this case. He's going to walk in, he's going to waltz in and kill him, Tasteless.
Wow, he's going to sea-walk in.
Sea-walk, yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice sniping there, too.
Now, INnoVation being very smart, coming out before all these upgrades are done and actually being very efficient, but I don't know if this is enough. That is a lot of roaches.
The roaches continuing to spill in here. The Widow Mines doing some assist damage. I think it might just be too much.
I think you're right, Tasteless. More lings and banes on the way. So many roaches out.
Look at the supplies here, 142 to 63.
That's pretty rough. He's lost a lot of workers. His economy is really bad. He's making a Reaper, Tasteless. Maybe he can run that across the map.
And kill all the drones in the opposing player's base. Yes, hopefully. this is almost the point of no return here. He's just stuck up inside of his base.
Yeah.
Now Soulkey's got to be careful though. You can't overextend here. A lot more Banes on the way.
That is a lot of Banes. He can roll through the barracks if he wants to this point. In fact, he does. What is left here for INnoVation? He's being as cost efficient as you could ever imagine.
Yeah,
but
they've simply
Soulkey
put
is.
too much Surge.
Oh my God!
And
Here
this
it
is
comes.
going to close out this game here. GG.
Wow.
Man,
All right.
it's happening.
That's right. You know
This
that
could be a real comeback.
some amount of nerds turn it off after 3-0. It always happens. I'm going to thank them tomorrow, Tasteless. Because of them, we always have these great comebacks.
No kidding, man. Don't give up on Soulkey yet. He's still got a very realistic shot so far.
Yeah, he's starting to show what he can get done. And the thing is, these are some smart, well-chosen builds. What INnoVation just did that game was pretty darn safe as far as greedy economic play goes. You know, that's a pretty standard INnoVation build, and he got picked apart.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, the coach once again going inside the booth now. Now the question is, will Soulkey do a strat like that again? There's a lot of different ways to do the Baneling Roach all in. It really depends on how many drones you're going to get before you run in there and do it. So the last one that we saw, or the one before the last one, he actually got a good amount of drones and did it. This time around, not as many, so it's hard for INnoVation to know when this rush is coming.
Yeah, he's throwing this at him at all sorts of different times, and INnoVation has to be on top of scouting. The thing is, you don't really know if he's going to do it, even if there's a Roach Warren. So even if he sees the Roach Warren, you might just throw the Roach Warren
You
up
can
and be
just
like,
make a Roach Warren and not use it to make roaches.
it's not that expensive.
You can throw it up there for aesthetics. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's enough to cause INnoVation to panic and then make a bunch of extra bunkers, pull SCVs, and nothing's coming at all. So we'll see.
I think we are going to see more plays similar to this from Soulkey. All sorts of different timings that he's going to hit, where INnoVation is going to be slightly weak.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. What do you think we're going to see here in this next game?
Oh God, it's such a hard question, Tasteless. I
Yeah.
believe the next map is Akalon. I believe.
Yeah, because the last map is Daybreak.
Yeah. Okay. So Akalon, I think we see an all-in. To be honest,
Akalon's
this map
really
is,
easy to secure that third base.
and the fourth even. So like
Yeah,
as far
it's
as a
true.
macro game goes, I don't know how you want to play a macro game here as Zerg. So I'm thinking Soulkey does something very aggressive. I think this is a map where we see INnoVation actually get a siege tank or maybe even 2 siege tanks.
You know, a siege tank would not hurt. Like I said before, all he has to do is get into the mid game.
Yeah.
Carry that to the end
If
game
he can
and wins.
secure his third without taking economical damage, INnoVation is unbeatable. So
That's true.
very nearly unbeatable. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. We're going to take a quick short break. When we get back, we're going to go on to game number 6 here between Soulkey and INnoVation.